It has been a woeful season for the Edmonton Oilers. They are dead last in the NHL, having just ended an 11-game losing streak. Fans are upset. There's a billboard campaign calling for Kevin Lowe to be fired, and it's likely they will miss the playoffs for the 9th straight year. Joining us now is the president and COO of the Oilers Entertainment Group, Patrick Laforge. Good morning, Patrick.
Hey, Mark.
So where did this season go wrong?
Well, pretty much out of the gate, I guess, right? I think our expectations were significantly higher for a lot of good reasons. A lot of the pundits and experts had us pinned, to be in the middle third of the NHL. And when you read all the logic and all the scoping and scouting and courses and corsets, that's where the team was supposed to be, and so we missed the target.
When things started to go wrong within the organization, I mean, just where does this sort of scramble happen? Where do people start to say, okay, what are we doing wrong? Is there a sort of a thinking of we don't really know what to do?
No, not at all. I think the parts that the team's managed and the group that puts it together are the very tight group. They meet and review and assess almost daily on processes from the development system right through to the NHL. Craig McTavish leads the group, and they are a team of about 5 or 6 men that work on the guidance and strategy for the organization. They've picked the players, they've put the roster together, they've hired the staff, and then they set about to monetize it very tightly using analytics and a whole kind of other things. And so from what I can see, and I'm the business guy, the processes are in measurement, and there are parts of the machine that aren't working, whether it's goaltending or defense or whatever, the power play. And people are starting to understand what's missing. And unfortunately, like Craig McTavish said, excuse me, it was a stupid mistake here, there, that give us compound fractures.
Kevin Lowe has been the target of a lot of fans' anger. You've seen the billboards, I'm sure. As president of hockey operations, what kind of responsibility does he have for the team's current plight?
Well, Kevin is vice chair recently of the company, and as you know, he does have hockey responsibilities, but he also works with the overall company with Bob Nicholson. And but the day-to-day duties of running the team, running the Oilers, and the development system is Craig McTavish.
Right, and that's been for the last almost 20 months now, 19 months.
Yeah.
But doesn't Kevin have some responsibility for where the team sits?
Kevin's involved, but like I say, Mac
has been involved.
He has been involved. Mac's accountable, and Mac's accountable to Kevin and Bob and the owner.
Although Craig McTavish said the other day, don't blame me. I've only been here 19 months. So, I mean, who is to blame? I mean, nobody wants to take responsibility for this.
That's an interesting point. It really is. And, I can get on both sides of that. I think from the fans' point of view, I totally appreciate the frustration. Who's running the customer service department and operating the organization. As it is today, it is myself, Bob Nicholson, Kevin Lowe, and Craig McTavish. And that group is accountable to the owner. We meet with the owner regularly, and we have to be responsible for that. The things that have gone on in the past, as I said, when we put the keys in the ignition in October this year, life was different. And MacT had the organization that he wanted and had put together and was ready to get out of the gate.
So what is the argument against wholesale changes in the front office? Because as you say, these men are responsible for this team. This team is failing, and it is disastrous. I mean, it's not even close. Yeah. So why not? What is the argument against just getting rid of everybody who is responsible for this?
Well, I think that as the organization feels, as MacT said, there's been too many changes. That's part of the issue, and it has caused us, in his mind, a lack of accountability on the front line. And change has been perhaps used to say, oh, that's the cause of our issues. And I can't change the top. I report there. And the owner and the group is confident that we're in the right place with the right group. And change has been, in our description, a problem. And so for right now, not changing.
So if we go right to the top, that's Daryl Cates. And
It is.
many people think that Daryl Cates is part of the problem in that he has fallen in love with these guys that he worshipped as a young man, who were hockey players, who were exceptional hockey players, who achieved many things. But as managers, they have not made the cut. And if he doesn't want to make the change, I guess there's nothing change to be made. But the fans don't feel like anybody's being accountable to them.
Well, I think Daryl's a wonderful owner. I really do. And I think he's poured his heart and soul into rebuilding the city's downtown and in his mind, rebuilding the Oilers. And has confidence in the guys that he hires to do that job. And there was a change last year where Mac T is totally responsible for the organization of the Oilers and the development team. And so from that point on, Mac really is in the saddle on what's going on with the Oilers and our development system. And so he's being held accountable for that. And I think in the owner's mind, that was a change.
How long does he get to do this until it's just too much?
I don't know. That's a speculation. I think in our situation, how long before we're good? I mean, we're feeling confident. The organization's confident that we're in the right place. I know, okay, that's a fair question. But confidence is on history, right? So you need to, is it a one-game history? But I would say
it's 9 years. Patrick, come on. You've been here that long.
I appreciate that people would like to have a beheading or at least somebody in the stockade at the Churchill Square that they could throw vegetables at. And there are some people like that. But that history does not make us better. What makes us better is to see where we're at today, put the right people in place to do those jobs. And Mac has great confidence in Dallas and the coaching organization. And, if you look at our last few games, 1 goals, and a lot of them, stupid mistakes, like things you can't think about. Somebody tossing the puck across to a breaking forward who's coming in over the blue line and plunk, it's in the back of our net, and with a minute to go, we lose the game. Those are been consistent, and it's not that we haven't played a good game for 50-some minutes. It's the stupid mistakes that have caused the problem. The whole organization is focused on growing up and not making stupid mistakes.
Well, I think that on the balance that Kevin Lowe has been exceptionally great for Edmonton. I think he's a good man, and he's done a lot of great things. I would like to see him in your seat right here talking to me about what he feels about how things have gone. So I hope that can happen sometime down the road here.
Yeah, I think the whole organization will be, open to that. People are all over the place today, some in San Jose, some in New York or Florida, on their way home from Florida. And, here it is, me today. And I'm not the hockey guy, so I have the tough job of sitting here and saying, sorry, fans, hang in there. We are about to turn the corner. And I don't have any reason to say why not. I believe I'm confident about the organization too, though.
Well, Patrick, let's hope the corner is turned for your sake, for fans' sake, and for everybody in Edmonton. And thanks very much for coming in this morning.
No, thanks, Mark. Thanks for having me.
Patrick Laforge is the president and the COO of the Oilers Entertainment Group.